Hi guys, we are back with another video and I'm really stoked for this one, and you can see Luna right here stalking me already. But little change of scenery. Instead of my beautiful aesthetic pole building office, it's pretty chilly in there in the winter. It can't get over like 59 degrees. Also like really muddy in there no matter how hard I try because there's snow everywhere. Here's some clips of the big snowstorm we just had. It's beautiful, but now as it starts melting, everything's like so nasty looking. So anyway, point being, I'm bringing everything into my home. So this is my living room and it's pretty big in here. It also has two big windows. So I was like, I'm gonna do the video in my living room. Now, what is today's video? Don't be ornery. This is my older cat. The younger one is way worse when it comes to my backdrops, but we'll see what happens. But first, I'm launching two big drops in the next month. So I have a business themed one, so the Small Biz Club. It's entrepreneur stuff. It's really, really cute, and I love doing that around this time every year. Here's some past launches I've done with the same kind of theme. But this year I'm adding products I've never had before, like mouse pads and notepads and just like really cool things I've always wanted to design myself, and I did, and I'm like so excited. Other drop is going to be a Valentine's drop, but what I ended up naming it is the Crafty Coquette drop, which kind of goes in that era that we all love, which is very feminine and lace and bows and ribbon and that kind of aesthetic, but in a way that's like not icky like Valentine's Day can kind of look in. So I really need updated headshots additional to product shots. I need pictures of me as a seamstress, as a sewer, to put on all of my platforms. And the last one I did that I truly loved so much was this time last year. Not only do I design everything, I'm mostly hand making a lot of it. And then when you're finally done making everything and your ideas, then you have to present them. You have to make them look really gorgeous and beautiful and have marketing when it comes to running a business. So graphics, photos, all the things. Figured I would do a cool video on the behind the scenes of shooting new portraits and stuff for our drop. And this is gonna take you through additional, literally like editing it as well. Like not just shooting it, not just designing it, but also editing it and making it from camera to computer like really gorgeous. So I'm really excited and I hope you guys like it. The next step is picking out a outfit for the headshot. So I have an idea. I'd like to do a jean jumpsuit with elements of sewing on the jumpsuit because I don't want the emphasis to be my outfit, considering I'm not selling the outfit I'm wearing. This is a headshot, so it's themed to me, not what I sell, but it is themed to what I do in my skills, so sewing, crafting, things like that. So we're gonna go get dressed and then hopefully knock out these headshots. So a vintage thrifted jean jumpsuit, and then I'm just gonna be barefoot because I'm gonna sit for majority of these, and this kind of gives like the vibes that I'm going for. So yeah. So here's my really professional setup. My camera at the bottom of it, this little hole there doesn't work anymore, so I can't use a tripod unfortunately, but I'm gonna sit here so I'm at level with the camera. Here's like a little test photo. I did a little tester, so the lighting looked pretty good. So I added these little sewing clips to my collar, some statement earrings. These are the blue shades I've added to my branding, so just to add some blues additional to the orange backdrop. I also have an orange measuring tape. Let me grab that. This is the measuring tape. You could get these really cool colored ones from Joann's. I'm gonna just wrap it like a scarf. I also have a fedora. I don't know if I want to use that, but we're gonna finish up and then we'll be on to the next thing, which is product pictures. All right, guys, don't judge my house, but so I just put away the big backdrop, but now I have to do some product photos. And the best thing, and usually I do flat lays in the grass, but in the winter you have to kind of get creative. So I'm gonna build this table really quick, and I'm going to set it up by the window and then lay whatever color paper I need and then do flat lays. And that should be good. 2 buttons at the same time and lift. Do I have 3 hands? anyway, I think this will look really cool. Let's see if you can see it. The color story of the retro green with the light green and then the poppy red and pinks, very, very cute. This is for entrepreneurs or people who want to be entrepreneurs. It's a great way to manifest that you color in when you drink, every time you drink a water bottle or whatever. This is, I put this here because of things I have to buy a lot. I tend to like write down in my notes. So like it could be a mini grocery list. Oh, I have to run to Walgreens and get makeup or whatever. Your goals, whatever you want. This is just kind of like how I put it. Important. I always do my top 3 to-dos for the day. And then I'm a big doodler. So I put like a doodle dump area because when I'm on the phone, for example, I'm like doodling. Or you can just color, make some art or whatever. You can also write in it, of course, but I just thought that was a cute idea. And take them out, like rip them. And then you could hole punch them, put them in a notebook, like a binder, or you can throw them away. But you can also use the back. So now I'm shooting the new products. We have such cute stickers. I just shot that one. I have to shoot this, but yeah, I'm using the table with a white background. I'm in the last of shooting the products and I'm about to shoot the book sleeves. So I decided on a few different patterns for book sleeves. This one, of course, because Valentine's Day, but I added tassels so you can tie a bow. I have to tie a bow anyway for the photo, so I'm just gonna do that now and talk about my product with you guys. So yeah, this is the this is the Crafty Coquette line, and it's handmade items, and if it's not handmade by me, it is still small business. So like the stickers are from another small business, and I've always wanted to do a book sleeve that had a bow on it, and I didn't really know how to go about that. And then I was on Threads, which is the better Twitter, basically. Threads is like Twitter for Instagram, and it's full of amazing creators, and I saw someone make one. And I commented and I said, do you happen to have the pattern? Because like I love that. And she was like, I don't, but if you just like look up, you know, bow book sleeve, like you'll be able to find it. It's really easy. So I went on TikTok. I hope. TikTok has taught me so much sewing. You have no idea. Like, oh my God. Anyway, found a pattern, a free video. Literally, it was a minute long. Taught me how to do it. So easy. Okay, it's not easy, but I've been sewing for a bit now. So for me, got the hang of it after like 3 tries. And here she is. So this is the pink one. And I quilted it. It's my first time quilting. Quilting is just sewing lines on your fabric before you sew the fabric. So in between the cotton lining, in between is foam, which is called, I believe it's called interfacing. So it's the foam in between the 2 pieces of fabric that makes it puffy, and then I sew lines onto that, and then you get like this ribbed look, which is really high-end looking. Anyway, so I'm gonna shoot the Hot Girls Read sticker with the pink it matches. So I'm just gonna shoot these together, and yeah, I'll show you. All right, so we have Certified Yapper sticker, literally adorable. I support women's rights and wrongs. These are Fueled by Coffee and Feminine Rage car fresheners, and they smell like vanilla. And then I upcycled some products. So this is a disco ball in the shape of a heart. I cut the bottom and added this gorgeous like lace to the bottom. So I have those I'm selling. And then these, I made all of these. They are bow twist headbands. And then you guys saw me doing this. So here's how that came out. This is all right off the camera. The colors are absolutely stunning. And then I took some shots of my sewing machine as a cover photo for whatever. There's me flicking off the camera because I was like done shooting. But anyway, yeah, I love, this one came out so cool. So I had a vision, almost like a prophecy. I know. Okay, I'm sorry. We love Wicked here. This is so Glinda coded. I was gonna name it though. I've named so many things Glinda in my website you don't even understand. So I was like, okay, I can't name another thing Glinda. So I'm naming this one Tiffany, like Tiffany & Co. I had a follower suggest that and I love the idea. So we're gonna, this photo is more emphasized on the sticker so I don't have to show too much on the book sleeve. I'm just kind of like having it in there. Okay. Then I go to my camera and we're shooting on manual and I always shoot with the back like this so I can see what I'm doing. I don't like looking in the viewfinder personally, but I'm gonna shoot my ISO at 500, 2.0, which gets it nice and clear, and then I'm at 640 here for, I believe this is called the aperture. I have been a photographer for 12 years and I still can't remember the terminology. I did get my nails done literally for this drop. If you're wondering, I'll probably get a comment. It's in the description of what camera I use, if you need to know. But yeah, this is like, are you joking? So cute. Okay, that's done. I have to shoot now the other, sorry, I keep moving you guys. I have 2 more stickers to photograph. My Kindle real quick. I'll keep talking to you to make this video extra long. You guys love my 40-minute video, so let's try and get this one to 40 minutes. I do have a Kindle, of course. Here's my Kindle. And you can also put your Kindle in your book sleeve. It'll fit right in there. You could even fit it with your book, actually, ironically. But I'm just gonna go and turn this on, and I'm gonna put on you to be able to see it's on. We'll just do one sticker, that's cute. Let's kind of see it a little bit here. One, which is literally just a girl. So here's the blue book sleeve. I've made 4 so far. I'm about halfway done the 5th one. Guys, you have to be careful. You just fall like that. Everything's falling today in this video. I have one more product to shoot from this box, which is the magnets. I thought that would go well with Valentine's Day. So this is a book magnet. These are my little product cards. I have my slogan, a QR code that links to everything, and then I have 2 dots that show me where to put the earrings, but when I don't have earrings, I use the dots to cut across with my fabric cutter, and that way, watch this. I'm so smart. And that way I can just kind of clip the magnets in and then it's really pretty. I like the idea of having both like a book and the Kindle together for a flat lay. I think it's really pretty. So we're gonna do that. This way. So these are all rings. I'm gonna show you them on in case you wanna buy one. We have this gorgeous color. They're adjustable, so it doesn't matter what size your hand is. Doesn't matter what size your fingies are. Oh, I wonder if you can see the iridescent nails. They glisten. I was bringing down all of the equipment and such that I use today, like the backdrop and all that, because it doesn't belong in my house. I brought it all back down. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that it is 64 degrees in the building. It's been at a steady you know, like 56 to 59. Caught up on all the product photos. If anything, I might get some more this week of myself. So like I shot the headbands, but then like maybe me wearing the headband. I shot the rings, maybe me wearing the rings type of deal. But for the most part, all of the core photos are done, which is the hardest part. So all those are done, and I just have to sit and edit, which will be in this video as well. So we're gonna edit together, and then I will also show the process of how I make things a little bit even cooler on the phone. So I like using a bunch of apps, and that will be in this video as well. So anyway, I will see you in just a few minutes, but for me it'll probably be a few hours. What's up guys, it's the next day. I am taking product photos again because our new stickers came in today that you guys haven't seen yet. So this is the Stay Groovy as a disco ball, so I figured I would shoot it on this cute little peace sign. And then our other new stickers are so cute. We have Entrepreneur Self-Established, which we have sold this before. It's so freaking cute. Love that one. All right, more new ones. This is the Small Biz Club with a bow. I absolutely love the colors on her. It goes with Valentine's Day. And I do have free wallpapers with all of these designs on them on my website. You get a bunch of free wallpapers for your desktop. And a mouse pad, which comes in tomorrow, is going to be the Small Biz is the Shiz. Pun intended, honestly, like I didn't choose Shiz because of Wicked. It just kind of worked out that way. I just chose it because it rhymes with biz, but yeah. This is an attachment on my sewing machine, so I put a bunch of stickers on here, but see how the background is clear? So if you put this on a color backdrop, like it'll look really cool. So I always love getting some stickers like that too. One thing I like doing is implementing other items into other items. So I use the fabric for the book sleeves as a background for the stickers, just to kind of put everything together. It's just a little marketing hack there. So then everything's really cohesive without it needing to match exactly. But I love the size of these ones, so pretty. Let's see if it'll focus. Yeah. All right, y'all, we're going to edit these photos. So I brought it all into my computer using the system called Narrative, and that way, you know, there's like 200 photos. I was able to go through it real quick, and I was able to favorite which ones I wanted to edit. And then after that, I then merged it into my Lightroom, which is what you're seeing right here. Lightroom is Adobe. So this is what I use to edit all my photos. Keep in mind, I am a professional photographer, so you don't have to have, you know, Lightroom, but it is a great investment. I love it so much. Okay. First one. So you know what? I'm gonna start with a core. There's like some funny ones, just, you know, for fun to show my personality, but let me find, like, I did kind of edit this one a little bit. All right, we're gonna start with a classic kissy face. So I have saved presets in here. This one's called Sound of Music. I don't know why I just named it that, but I do have to tweak it quite a bit for this lighting. Trying to find my blues here. There she is. Okay. So as you can see, it's not very different from the original. I'm just kind of enhancing it. I do a lot of the really fun edits in my phone, which I'll show you, using like Prequel and things like that, Visco, to give it the vintage look. But for the structure, like the core of it, I'm going to be using Lightroom, of course. So over here you have your color grading. I'm changing the shadows to a blue tint, so you know my hair would be a shadow, so see it has a blue tint there. It just gives it like a vintage look here. And then see the highlights can be a different color. You cannot, like, here's if I did blue, like a lot of blue, but yeah, we're just gonna bring that to the halfway point. I also enjoy putting green. So if we zoom in here, you can see the green if I wanted. Okay, so we have our core editing that we like. I'm liking this. Actually, let me see what this would look like. Okay, so basically I'm just going to take that core edit and copy and paste it to majority. And then if I need to tweak each one, I will. So let's fast forward that. I'm recording this actually while editing the next day. So hi guys, but right here I'm actually just finishing up all the product photos to make sure it's nice and cohesive and gorgeous. Like I said, I do have my own presets that I've created, and then from there I just tweak it based on the lighting, because as you can see, like in my house, it's a lot different than if I was outside. So I'm just kind of fixing the colors and staying true to tone. That's super important when you're selling a product. It has to look like it does in person. This I didn't really mention before. It's called Blogstomp. It's another software you can order or purchase, I mean, and it stomps your photos to be like high res for social media. So here's me going through those like stomped photos. I'll do a zoom in and you can see just how crisp it is. So then when I post them on Instagram or Facebook, they're not blurred, because those socials would do that sometimes. Hi guys. All right, it is the next day. So this has been a 3-day video essentially, but this final part, I really wanted to chat just like generally about this last step that always goes into, you know, production to launching. So additional to that vision board I'm doing for each idea, so writing things down into a notebook to organize, okay, the idea is a bow, but what type of fabric do I want to do? What type of book sleeve do I want to do? Like what color scheme do I want? And these are all so important when creating a collection and a product. Once I have the ideas of what products and what things, then I can really start getting creative and like creating the product actually. So in this case, I had like these 5 major ideas for stickers that I wanted to do. And those stickers went into the small biz collection, which we have the shirts, sweatshirts, notepads, all those things. So I'm like, the juices are flowing. I'm like throwing all these things. I mainly am using Canva to create all these things. So to reiterate from here, your first step is everything in your head, all those ideas, creating Pinterest boards, vision boards, using Canva, painting, whatever you need to do to really get all those ideas to a piece of paper and just kind of start organizing that. But then from there, your second step is of course creating the products. Like if you have an idea for a sweatshirt, you need to create the idea that goes on the sweatshirt first. So that's when I really started having fun, and I was just making all of these ideas. I had a really fun idea to do like the content queen, to do small business the shiz, and like all these things. So I was making those graphics on Canva and kind of utilizing, I also use Envato to kind of get fonts together. And so between like Envato and Canva, I'm really like set with like everything I need. Step number 3 for me is actually ordering said products and putting things into production. So part of my job, I'm buying and reselling. So for example, the magnet bookmark is actually a wholesaler that I purchased it from to then resell. But then the book sleeves, I had to go from buying the fabric at Joann's to creating, you know, finding a pattern that worked for me to actually sewing the book sleeve, and then there's my product. But then you have like stickers, for example, where I made the graphics and then I just ordered the stickers and had to wait for them to come in. And there's so many moving parts to this, but you really start to get a gist of it as you do it. It's definitely second nature for me, and it's almost harmful because I have all these opportunities, from a mouse pad to a sweatshirt to a sticker to this, that, and the other, and being able to sew. It's like almost too much opportunity. So it's really important for those first 2 steps to get you organized, and you're like, okay, I'm not making a million book sleeves. Instead, I'm picking these 2 fabrics that I think really go into both Valentine's Day, but also like just cutesy, like the Dorothy print I think does really well as like a neutral. So that was my decision. 2 designs only, and then that way I'm not overwhelmed with like all of these different products. Now when it comes to ordering things, if you're wondering, I have some places that I can recommend you. So first off, and in regards to wholesale, I'm using fair.com, which is a wholesale platform. It allows me to find different wholesalers that kind of fit our vibe, purchase things that are already made through them, and then sell them. So aside from buying and reselling, then you have production. So for me, I have in the past used a local like screen printing company, which I really liked. And in that way, I was having to upfront the cost, get the merchandise in, and then sell it and hope it sells. And if it doesn't, I'm stuck with inventory. I'm essentially sitting on money and like wasting money. So this year I decided to really get into drop shipping, which I use Printful, and I have just really, really loved Printful. It allows me to be creative without the risk of losing money. So with Printful, it actually connected to my already existing website. So everything looks really cohesive with my other products, even though I'm not physically shipping these items. But what's great about it is 3 times a month, I'm able to order very discounted samples. So for example, this sample that I'm wearing is a brown t-shirt in a size small that I decided to order ahead and see it in person, make sure I like the quality. And then I did, so now I can sell more colors and more things and not have to worry if I like it or not. You can order as many samples as you want. Just when you go over that 3 count, you're going to be paying the normal wholesale cost for those items. But I personally, like my last round, I ordered 2 notepads, a mouse pad, a t-shirt, and 2 sweatshirts. And I think my total investment for that was like roughly around like $140. Yeah, with shipping, probably like $140, which is a really better investment to get like all these samples and make sure I like the products. What's even more wonderful about getting those products is I'm able to photograph them in the way I want to. I'm not using stock photos. I'm actually shooting them on myself in the way I want to, and it just makes my branding look so cohesive and so beautiful. Shockingly, I am getting a little off topic, but going into the next step. So we have our first 3, and production is obviously the most exciting, if I'm being real, because then the products are coming in and you're like holding things that you made. Like, it's so freaking cool. If you guys are interested in trying that for your business, it's one of my favorite companies that I use, your own Printful store. It lets you have your own store through them, or if you already have an existing one, like I use Shopify, for example, it will like combine with your store already. It's really user-friendly. Let me know if you end up trying it, or if you end up purchasing one of my designs, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Stickers I ordered from different companies. I've used Sticker Bros, I've used Sticker Mule. Like sticker companies more when they offer like sample packs. So then instead of investing money into 50 stickers, I'm only having to invest in like 10 to 20, and that way I can order more, but if it doesn't do well, I don't have to order more, which is great. I hate being stuck with inventory, if you can't tell, because it makes me feel like I'm losing a lot of money. So I really appreciate a sample. Moving on to step number 4 is all of your products have come in, whether you're buying and selling or you created it and you put it in production. It's all here. You're looking at everything. Now what? And this is the whole point of today's video. So you got to see right before these clips all of step number 4, which was me actually getting to shoot the products and make them beautiful and just have so much fun being creative. And then mixed in there, I did share me doing my branding headshots and showing you me editing them and all those things. I did do a Q&A on my Instagram, and I got a few small questions just about this video and how to help further. So the first question was, with all of this that goes into production and launching and like doing your own photos and content, how do you not get burnt out? This is a question that I think no one truly has the answer to, because especially when you're first starting, like a lot of work goes into it. And I mean, Jen, if I can be so transparent with you, I'm 7 years into the clothing company and I still get burnt out. I think being burnt out comes with it. To avoid it is just to know how to handle it and also how to prevent it. So with me, I tend to do launches a little spaced out more than your average company. A lot of companies are doing weekly new arrivals or daily, and that is just too much for me. So I tend to not get burnt out in this way because it's so spaced out. My last drop was probably almost 2 months ago. Between drops, I'm still selling products that are already in my shop, and I also have a second job, full transparency again, I have a full-time job as a photographer that pays majority of my bills. So I don't have to rely on this stream of income only, and that kind of also gives me a lot of breathing room. I don't think there's anything wrong with having multiple streams of income and multiple jobs. If that's what works for you, then go for it. Another question I got was how I go about using Canva. So I am gonna go over that in this video in a general sense to show ways I use Canva to make my photos just a little bit cooler than your average photo to really bring attention to our brand and keep cohesiveness when it comes to my branding. So it's really important for me, especially considering I'm a full-time professional photographer, for my photos to show that. And if you're watching and you're not a professional photographer, girl, guy, ma'am, sis, honey, it don't matter. It's okay. I'm literally filming my YouTube video on my phone. I take a lot of phone photography. Again, I did link my camera if you do want to purchase one, but it's really what's up here and like how you present yourself and like have fun creating. That's the secret sauce. Small investments that you can do that level you up just a little bit, and then you kind of get the gist of it and you find your flow and what works for you. And copy and pasting what I do isn't gonna make you better. It's only tools. It's you that makes you better. It's you knowing your branding and like what you like that really brings everything I'm putting in this video to action.
Now this is Canva because I did get a question on how I use Canva. So here's just like a super quick example of all the different things you can do to take your photo, your content to just one level up to really stand out. So here I'm duplicating my photo and I'm clicking background remover, which is on Canva Pro, and that allows me to put elements like behind myself, which is super duper cool. But I did this design last year and I wanted to replicate it this year for my new headshot, so that's why I'm doing the flower behind me. But you could do anything. There's so many different things on Canva, and you'll see in a second just some different things I try. But see how it's behind me? It just adds just so much more to the photo. Even though the beginning photo was good, why not make it better, you know? And it's a great creative outlet. It's like digital scrapbooking. That's why I do recommend just paying for Canva. Not sponsored at all. I love sharing things that work really well. So doing so, I'm able to remove backgrounds and do so many things that like Photoshop would do, but in a really easy format. It's freaking Photoshop for dummies, and I love that. So here's me just changing like the background color. I could add a picture behind me, like so many different things, which I know I keep saying that, but legit, it's so much fun. If you can't tell, by the way, this is the desktop version. You can literally download Canva to your iMac as an app, which is cool. But you could also use your iPad or your phone. I just love using a desktop. All right, here's just another example of digital scrapbooking, as I call it. You can go to Elements and click and search for tape, for an example, and add freaking tape to your picture. And one of my favorite things is, even though, like, as you can see, this is like a very specific sizing of a photo, I could resize it with the Pro option and resize it to Instagram and Instagram stories or a YouTube banner or whatever, and not have to redo the whole thing. It'll like resize it for me. This idea didn't go as planned, so just ignore, but I'm just kind of showing you how easy it is to do everything. It's very, very user-friendly. All right, last thing I wanted to share today on Canva is animation. A lot of people don't realize you can do this. You can even use it as a post. It doesn't have to be a reel on Instagram, for example. So I'm going to type in a little text here with my font, and I'm going to animate it. So I just click animate, and then my go-to is scrapbook. So it kind of like roughly comes into the frame, and then look guys, I can click the flower and have it spin, and it's like just a little extra thing. Look how cool.
The last thing I wanted to go over are my favorite apps I use, because apps are the best. Here's a list of all of my favorite apps. The number one, we have Lightroom. I pay monthly for Adobe. I have Photoshop and Lightroom is my most used Again, I am a professional photographer, so I love a Lightroom, but that's where I first edit all of my photos. Like the core editing is in Lightroom, as you saw in those clips. The next big guy is gonna be Canva.com. I don't care what you say, Canva is the best. And if you don't want to figure out Photoshop, which most of us don't, or figure out InDesign and all that stuff, Canva is a great investment to pay monthly for. There's also a free version, but I highly recommend just doing Canva Pro. I think it's fantastic. I've had no regrets paying for that at all. Third big guy, it is what I'm using right now to edit this video, which is Capcut. And I hope to gosh that it doesn't disappear if TikTok disappears. And if so, I will probably be switching to Final Cut Pro or something like that. We'll see, but for right now, I do love Capcut. Now we're gonna get to the smaller guys, which is the apps on your phone. Really cool apps. Full transparency, I pay for a lot of apps because I like investing in high quality things, but most of these apps do have free versions. So note that because maybe a filter I'm using, like a retro one, for example, might not be on the free version. So my top favorite is gonna be Printful. Printful is my absolute favorite app that I pay for, and it is just phenomenal. It has so many filters, effects, and just gives my photos, even my phone photos, that extra pizzazz I need. Second favorite app is definitely going to be VSCO. VSCO is my go-to for all of my phone photos to keep them beautiful and cohesive. My favorite VSCO filter, probably M5 or V8. Those are my two go-tos. Final favorite app, which I don't use often, but when I do, I'm like, why don't I use this more? And also what this app does, Canva can also do, but I just tend to find things easier for what I'm going for on this app, which is PixArt. PixArt is just this simple little app that is free that basically puts stickers all over your photos. And I love the aesthetic of my photo looking like scrapbook or like I sewed patches onto it. I could throw just one more at you. It would be Procreate on my iPad. Again, it is paid for, but not monthly. It's a one-time payment, and I've been using it for over 5 years now, probably. Doodle dumps. Doodle dumps are this huge thing I love doing on Instagram specifically, where I just draw all over my photos, and I use Procreate to do that. All right, guys, we're breaking the fourth wall to end this video. So you can see, oop, my shirt looks crazy. You can see this is how I set up the talking head. I basically just set up this paper backdrop. I have this box light here, and then I have my phone tripod, and I just used my phone to record. And then I also use, if you check out my Vlogmas, my last Vlogmas where I do a Christmas haul, I talk about these new microphones that I got that I have clipped here. The best thing I've ever gotten, like amazing. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like it or have any questions about anything I went over, maybe I didn't go over something enough, or maybe I was confusing in an area, just let me know. Leave me a comment. I am here to help in any way I can. Content creation should always be fun, but there is a way to do it that looks so cool and so professional, and that's what I hope this video gave you today. But if you want to see more from me, give me a like and subscribe. I would love you forever. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers in 2025, so if you could help me hit that goal, that'd be sick. Anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you in the next video. Bye!